Ooh, welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to smash that like button, leave a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts, and subscribe if you're new. I'm Shane Dieffenbach, joined as always by Johnny Venerable. Hey, buddy.
Hey, is this a good look for me? Doing my hat backwards too?
Yeah, you got to get it. Raise this to the hairline though.
Okay, so like this right here.
A little higher.
Higher, like that?
Yeah, no, like so here, and then you
Okay.
pull this up, and then you push that up.
Oh,
So it's the
okay.
hairline. There we go.
Okay,
Look at my
like
sexy
that.
boy.
Look at that. Got my
Uh-huh.
D-backs hat on today.
Woo! Feeling good. Opening day on next Thursday, right?
Yeah, we are anxiously waiting, being able to gamble on actual games. I will not gamble like that degenerate Espo on spring training games, even though I do gamble on the Pro Bowl. But I'm ready to talk Final Four. Shane, I've come to a conclusion that I've been harping on all week, back and forth. I do think the tournament is rigged for Coach K and the Duke Blue Devils. I bought into that 100%. As I just posted on Twitter, you come to that realization like you have, and you might as well profit on it. And that's what we plan to do today.
Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't make fun of Espo. We'll go pull up Espo's picks from yesterday. Nets, Clippers, Cavs lost by like 55 points. Nets to win by 7-9. They didn't even win. Big old stinkers for Espo, and that's why you leave it to the pros. So whenever he wants to make fun of me, if I miss a couple of my picks, I'll just pull that up and nope, bad. But Johnny, you were close to hitting pretty big yesterday. I think you went 2 for 4. Why don't we go ahead and throw those up?
I mean, I went 2 for 3 on my picks. We're gonna throw a prop in here that was almost plus 1,000 that almost hit. Bucks hit, one of the better games of the year. We'll get to that in a second. Bulls won big. Bulls have been playing better as of late.
Bulls won by 5 in overtime. Stop the cap, Johnny.
They won big. I felt good about that going into that game. CJ McCollum's been on a tear. I'm excited to see what, or not CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
What's the other Toronto Raptor? There are too many ex-Raptors all over this league. The Bulls are playing well. And then the Jazz won by 13. So I got screwed by a half a point. Who is the other player?
McCollum is not an ex-Raptor.
Kyle Lowry. Oh yeah, he's an ex-Trailblazer. My
red and black.
You know, I was thinking about CJ McCollum, and I was thinking about
you're all over the place,
Kyle
Mr.
Lowry
John.
as the same player. They're basically the same player. Anyway, the Bulls have been playing better since they shit the bed after February. I rode them last night. I went 2 for 3 in my picks, and then my prop, which I got screwed on. Can we look at it, please? Giannis was easily a lock to hit 10 rebounds, and then I dabbled with Chris Middleton, who had 9 before he got ejected from the game with 5 minutes left. If that isn't the biggest screw job bad beat in the history of this show, I don't know what is. Almost plus 1,000. Espo was in my face yesterday saying no chance that hits. It should have hit. I should have gone 4 for 4 yesterday. A banner day for your boy. Still 50%. I will take it, especially when you consider how gross that prop was. The odds were not in my favor, and I still almost hit it. I'm almost counting that as a win.
Okay, we're not going to.
That's the equivalent of when your boy bets on players to hit their over, and then they're blowing out the subsequent team, and they get pulled.
That's part of betting, Johnny. You have to take that into account. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's why sometimes you take overs on players that don't play much. So if you're expecting a blowout and vice versa, but hey. I'm not going to say that's the worst beat on the show, because if you guys remember back in college football season, I had Clemson plus like 8 against Florida State.
That's the best one.
And Clemson had the ball, and there was no reason. They were up by they were down by 2, I think, trying to get a field goal, and they tried to lateral it, and for some reason Florida State picked it up, and it wasn't one of those where you just pick it up and walk into the end zone. They picked it up and they wanted to score. And with no time left, they ended up covering the spread. That is the worst beat that's been on this show, but we don't need to talk about that. We can talk about the Final Four and what's about to come. And if you want to bet on these games, DraftKings Sportsbook has a great offer for new customers. Join in on the action. Make your team's victory into your own victory with the DraftKings Sportsbook app. This week only, you can bet just $5 on any of the games happening tomorrow. And if the team that you bet on wins, you get $200 in free bets. It's just that simple. So if you want to ride the Coach K fix that's happening, go ahead and throw $5 on Duke's money line. And when the refs inevitably get Coach K to the championship game, you can get $200 in free bets this week at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. It's safe, it's secure, it's reliable. Most of all, it is a ton of fun, and you can withdraw and deposit cash whenever you want. You can also do same game parlays if you're not a new customer in the NBA or college basketball. There's just a bunch of stuff to do on there. It's a lot of fun, and if you're drunk at a bar in Old Town like I am sometimes, and you want to live bet Korean soccer, you're allowed to do that. I need to lock that feature for me sometimes, but hey, yeah. So download it today. Use that promo code PHNX when you sign up at just $5 on any of the games tomorrow. If the team that you bet on wins, you get $200 in free bets. It's just that easy. It's 21 plus, Arizona only. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT STEP. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for more details. All right, Johnny. Before we get into our props, who's winning this whole thing?
Duke.
Yeah.
If you think that they have gotten this far, they should have lost to Michigan State. They got screwed by the officials. Michigan State was up by like 6. I had money on Michigan State with like 2 minutes left. It was an egregious free throw event in favor of Duke. They got all the calls under the basket. At that point, I came to the conclusion that I would not bet against Duke, and now I am betting on Duke to win because I'm going to cash in. They have gotten to this point. North Carolina beat their brains in the last regular season game of the year. It was an embarrassment. If you don't think the officials, the NCAA tournament committee, everybody is thinking to themselves, what a storybook ending for Coach K and company to be able to recap their last significant loss and have it be against the UNC Tar Heels. If you think for the first time in NCAA tournament history that UNC and Duke are going to play each other, and it coincides with Coach K's last year in the Final Four, and Duke is not winning this game, this is my lock of the century. Now, I feel pretty good about the -4. You can just triple down on the money line.
Yeah.
But Duke is winning tonight, or excuse me, Saturday.
They could win tonight.
They could win. And then they are winning Monday night against Kansas. That they are going to win the whole thing because we've reached the point of no return for the Coach K Slobberfest. I'm beyond over it, but I would like to see my bank account go into the green because of it. So I'm going to be smart.
Go into the green. You're suggesting it's in the red.
Well, I mean, I was 50% yesterday, and the day before that, I was 0 for 4. So
yeah, fair. Well, right now on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, Duke is plus 155 to win the whole thing. They are the favorites. Breaking news: Johnny is broke. Kansas plus 185, Nova at plus 450, and North Carolina at plus 500. So if you think that Duke's going to win, you should just throw money on their championship odds. If you're like me, and we'll get into my picks right now, I might sprinkle some money on Villanova. And I know, Johnny, I know you have Kansas, and I get it. Villanova is so good in the Final Four. These Jay Wright teams just play really well. I like them.
I don't disagree with that.
I like them to win this game outright. They kind of scurried past in their last couple games, but their offense wasn't very good. I'm looking at you, Colin. So yeah, Nova plus 4.5 is one of my favorite picks. I locked this in at plus 5 earlier in the week. And then you got Duke, as we said, -4. That scares me a little bit. I really like how North Carolina is playing, like, a lot. I think that this roster for North Carolina was really undervalued, even when they were playing terrible basketball at the start of the year. But they figured it out, and hot teams win basketball games. And that's just how it is. So I'm a little bit worried about the spread, but Caleb Love, if he can go crazy again, I don't think they'll have any trouble. And Brady Manick, white man, very good at basketball. But then speaking of the NBA, or speaking of basketball, we got to get to the NBA as well. Because
hey, can I talk about? I didn't even get my picks. My picks haven't even been on the screen yet.
Yeah, I know, Johnny. I know how to run the show.
What's
just
happening
relax.
here?
Phoenix and Memphis, the over in that game. I like it at 229 tonight. So I'm taking that. Johnny,
I thought you were doing a hard pivot into the NBA.
No, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I was going to compliment you. I do not hate your Villanova theory. Yeah. I think there has not been an easier road to the Final Four than Kansas has had. Kansas played something called Texas Southern. Then they barely beat Creighton. That game was much closer than the final score indicated.
Yeah.
They beat Providence, and then they destroyed an overrated Miami team that had no business being in the Elite Eight. They are not battle-tested like this Villanova team is. I did not think Villanova was going to get past U of A. Well, they didn't have to play them. They got to play Houston instead. I could definitely see Villanova winning. I do not in any scenario feel like Duke is going to lose to North Carolina. I would be utterly shocked. It would be the biggest upset in recent memory. Duke -4. This game is
You're
going
so
to go
dramatic.
If this is a 1 to 2 point game in the final minutes, you can bet your bottom dollar Duke will get all the free throws. They will get all the calls. I think 4 is about the sweet spot. I could see it being -3. 4 is fine. Kansas -4.5. Kansas is better on paper, but I mean, you want to take the money line for Villanova. I think you either take the money line or you take Kansas -4.5 because I either think it's going to be a blowout on Kansas's end or I think Villanova is going to win. And then the Grizzlies, love the Grizz tonight. Listen, I think the Suns are going to win. Suns are off a big emotional victory against the Golden State Warriors. Grizzlies have been playing really good basketball. They are the hottest team in the month of March outside of the Suns. This is a bigger game for the Memphis Grizzlies at home than it is for the Suns. The Suns have locked up everything. The Suns are battle tested in the postseason. The Grizzlies are trying to announce to the world that come the Western Conference playoffs, they're going to be a factor. Nobody buys that. And so you're going to get their try-hard effort tonight. I think the Suns are due for a down performance. I still like the Suns to win, but I do think the Grizzlies cover. That's a pretty big line.
Yeah, this is the thing, though. Obviously, no Ja. I know how well they've played without Ja, but it feels like the last game the Suns will be all gas, no breaks.
Okay.
They barely beat the Warriors, who were injured, but also, it's the Warriors. Like, they're not a bad team. They've been playing bad as of late, but they definitely got up for that Suns game. I think the Suns, this stretch of the Warriors and the Grizzlies, the two other contenders in the Western Conference, they're going to try to show the world why they are the best team in the NBA, and it's not close. But I agree with you. I think the Grizzlies are great. I'm just not touching the spread because of that. I think the Suns definitely have the opportunity to blow them out, but I also think it could be a close game. I'm just staying away. That's why I'm taking the over in this game. I think there's going to be a lot of points to be had.
I agree with that.
And I just think it's going to be a really fun game to watch. And if you are going to watch it, you should watch it with us in the PHNX Discord, PHNX Suns Discord, and head over to the show for the pre and post game show right here on the PHNX YouTube channel. Game starts at 5, 4:30 pregame, post game show shortly after around 7:30. So be there or be square, buddy.
Hey, you know what? I'm sorry for yelling. You know what? That's not me. That's not who I am. Now I'm pissed at Jacob. He's been getting me with these.
Yeah, he's a big banner guy.
He is. But I
like the ticker more than the banner. But
I don't think I've ever seen the ticker.
It's pretty great. I have been thinking. Yeah, there it is. Breaking news, Johnny. We can just leave that up for the rest of the show. I have been thinking a little bit, Johnny, and I really hate to do this, but
oh no.
I just find value in this. There's something that I really like, and I'm gonna have to share it.
Spit it out. What are you talking?
I'm sorry.
What is happening?
Just throw it up. I love this value right here. The Lakers to win the title at plus 20,000. I just think this is, all the jokes aside, I think this is a good basketball team. I think they get healthy, and if they play the Suns in the first round, I think they beat them. I know it's gross, and I know I'm a huge April fucking Fools. No fucking way. That has never happened.
Have me for a second.
That's never happening.
The most tailored, predictable thing are April Fools jokes on April Fools. I can't be on Twitter today. I have barely posted because I
wish you would play along. I'm anti. Maybe make the show a little bit better.
No, because I'm not going to downgrade the IQ of our audience for them thinking I would go along with something like that. The 6 people, they know that this is not how we operate on this show. Usually we have supremely high intellect. And yeah, if you wanted to make a case, are those real odds you can get on DraftKings Sportsbook app, by the way? That's not terrible. The minimum is $5 deposit. So if you deposit $5 and you want to put $1 on that, you can. You are free to do so. So it's just like Shane betting on Korean soccer. Is that what you said? In Old Town? You want to bet on the Lakers? Listen, there are worse things to spend $1 on. So while I don't think that
there definitely are. What's worse than spending $1 on the Lakers, though? Thank you for tuning in. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at Shane Deef. You can follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. Follow the show on Twitter at PHNX_bets. We'll be back on Monday. And next week, no. Not next week. It's a while in the future. Never mind. We'll keep that in our pockets for now. But make sure to keep it tuned in. We will be here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel every Monday through Friday at noon. And next week we do have not college baseball, because college baseball.
Oh my
is going on.
God.
We
What
got the
is
MLB.
happening?
We got the MLB. So opening day is next week. We'll have some bets for that. And of course, the NBA regular season ends next week as well. So we'll give you our favorites to win the whole dang thing when those
Yeah, that'll
odds
be fun.
are final. Yeah. So it'll be a good time. Keep it tuned in right here. Follow us on Twitter at PHNX_bets, PHNX_sports, and we will see you back here on Monday. Peace, love, and PRA.